If you don't know, you haven't seen it yet, it's hard, because some people are just like, I shared pictures with a demon hand, and it's like a very clear demon hand, and in the next picture, the thing that had the demon hand still has the demon hand, but now it has become something else, and it looks like a demon in like a suit. There's another person nearby with also a demon hand, only has 3 fingers on that one, and it's like holding on to, right? That's there. And then every single other person around that have no eyeballs. No eyeballs, no eyeballs, no eyeballs. None of the people anywhere in there have eyeballs. I saw a video, and when I was looking at it, it was hard to see what the guy was talking about. So I screen recorded it, put it into my editor, and that way I can like, you know, zoom it in and go like very slow, because I know how videos are, because I've constantly had like orbs flying. Like there's a time I'm like, I don't know, and then I got boop, and then I did know. And there was another time I was talking about having a hard time like verbalizing, and boop came, boop, here you go, here's your help, that's what you need. You know, I'm not like blind, but there's a girl in the audience that's very close to the situation. She was there throughout the whole thing. She's got her hands over her eyes in one picture, like the see no evil thing. That is not a normal position, okay? Like, you don't see it in an audience right next to the main person with your hands over your eyes, like, okay? And for the rest of the time, be like a statue and just weird the whole time. And then when he got shot, she changes and shifts. It looks like a weird ass alien thing at one point, but also at the moment of impact, like she moves in such a way that that thing manifests again. And this is in video now, like it's not just a still frame, it's a video. It looks like a demon manifests. It's like, ah! I'm like, what the I had taken screenshots of those things, but at this point, I think he's probably alive somewhere, that this was all planned in back in 2021, because there's absolutely no way that he is real. I don't think Israel is real. I don't think anything. Movie Snake Eyes that was made 27 years ago. It was Charles. He was assassinated in the neck. He was at like a Trump place. This is where it was shot at, and he was at like a fight, like a boxing fight, and the boxer that was fighting at this thing was Tyler, the executioner. And like Charlie Kirk gets shot in the neck by Tyler supposedly, and then there's other things that other people haven't figured out about this. It's like the same date and all this stuff, right? Erica Kirk's parents have literally been involved in creation of a dome. So many weird linked back and forth to each other. And that was made 27 years ago. Charlie Kirk was like a 5-year-old boy. Then she was Trump shit. She was a actor. I was saying that a while back. I was like one of the first people to be like, I don't trust her. I started seeing all like people be like, what if he's up with this? Because I didn't trust her from the moment that I saw it. Right after he died, she gives like a speech. And I could hear her, and I was like, doing like a second whispery thing. What's that? And then after that, I was like, well, maybe that's just, I don't know. I saw her when they had just got engaged. That trust is there.
I'm not gonna be able to focus. I'm just gonna be staring at you. Hey, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Charlie Kirk Show. I'm engaged. Would you like to introduce yourself, or should I introduce you? Hi.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lying, their doings.
Is called a tongue poke, and it often appears when someone feels like they've gotten away with something, sometimes a little smug. You might see it when someone finishes telling a story where they've just bent the rules, or after they've pulled off a quick win in a conversation. Well, I may have accidentally skipped that step. Then they'll keep talking. It's their way of signaling mischief without outright saying it. Psychologically, it's a self-congratulatory leak. It's a flash of the inner child that says, ha, I did it.
When they got married, and these are just short clips too, but it's like instantaneous. She looks like evil. This is where she rolls her eyes. What is she doing?
Greater love has no man than this, and to lay down his life for a friend. And as the Lord, greater love has no man than this, and to lay down his life for a friend.
She's evil. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. And she's pretty. However, she's using that for evil. It's crazy. And everybody in the comments of the thing that I saw today that I was like, they're oh my god, she's a little bit of a nice person. She's so nice. She's so good. She's a good person. She looks like an evil thing that has been possessed. I don't understand. She's either trying to make herself cry. She's possessed by the devil. I know she has light eyes, but having light eyes doesn't mean they go like into the back of your head. When I was sharing those demon hands and all that, I shared those pictures specifically to one person that commented that I know isn't stupid, like can perceive things and would notice that maybe something's weird here. That's all. Because when I saw like a sniper dude that nobody else was talking about, so I was like, is that even possible to be there? Because I don't want to look stupid. So I went and I looked at like the whole layout of the place, and then I looked at the crowd. I tried to get different like angles of people's like pictures. I even listened to a podcast of some guy giving his like supposed first-hand account. I was there and I was moving him up and I saw, and oh my god, and then I ran and then I was bleeding and then I had this happen, and he was like sounded like it's the most traumatic event. It's like, come on, dude. But if he's never seen anything bad or had a bad day, maybe that is dramatic to him. Even more so now than there was before are all of these things to make me realize that, like, yeah, most likely this is all fake. I was leaning that way already. And I'm like, this is weird. But the person that made the podcast had put pictures up that this guy had sent in. It was on things that everybody talks on, okay? He was on there talking. This guy was like, oh yeah, if you want to interview me, I'll give you my first-hand account, because I was there. So this guy's like, yeah, sure, I'll interview you, and so that's what this is about. And he's sending in pictures that he supposedly took while he was there. So me not expecting anything like bad in this, if this has really happened and this person was really there and he has some pictures, that's exactly what I wanted. That's what I did. Okay, so I sit there and I clippity clap, and I noticed right away that when I would go onto Google to get images of this event, it was like, because it should have been out there, like, why would they even let that go viral? I had a picture of my feet one time be like, oh, nudity. So you're telling me that him being was just a totally normal event that we all should have been able to see and visualize and have available, and then all of a sudden that was gone completely, and now all we have is like a couple of videos in certain positions very much helpful for like what all of the people who seem to know what they're talking about are kind of like indicating, like, well, based off of the sound it should be lower and over here, and based off of his this it should be over here and not over there, and based off of what he used he would be decapitated right now, not oh wow, so magical and steel bones. It's just like everything is just unraveling quicker and quicker. They're either trying to see how stupid people are, or like they're like, this is like, oh, we gotta get people's attention. I don't like, more likely this was already planned. Even the thing that they had with the fireworks, and that's an event that takes time planning. She had Toilet Paper USA booked that place where they did his huge, oh, we're sad without him. That was booked way in advance by Turning Point USA. Like, that doesn't know. And then I see a video of her, like, in the comment section, someone shared it, and it was her talking about when she saw Charlie. The first time she saw him was in Israel, and she didn't talk to him. She was in line with her mother. He was in the snake of the line, okay? Now, again, Snake Eyes is the name of the movie that seems very much aligned with this, and we're in the year of the snake. Even, there was other stuff that came back with Jemiah. It literally comes back with Donald Trump, which is his first, like, that's like the name that they used to have before they let's shorten it to Trump instead of Trump. So it's like literally all, coming back and forth with each other. And there's more too, that like in that movie it was shot in, and the main writer was born on 9/11. He had done Apartment Zero, which is a guy that rents a room to somebody that's a political assassinator dude. At the beginning of the movie, they're all braving the Hurricane Jezebel, which is funny because I made my video 10 days ago, and at that time I was like, who is that? Like, how come nobody's seen this? This is weird to me that nobody is seeing this. I was actually kind of nervous to share it because I'm like, I don't want anybody to be like, you showed people where it was, because at that time I was still on board with maybe he has been assassinated in front of all of us. I'm no longer really there. I was thinking in my head of her as being a Jezebel. So I had almost said it the other day, never said it, and then like the next day random people were trying to get me to look at something, and it was because some like company named Jezebel had written an article about Charlie Kirk and how they wanted to curse him. So they went on to Etsy and bought witch curse and hexed him, and that Erica was so worried that she had a priest come and all of this, and that was like right before he died. So they're trying to like say, oh, he was cursed by a witch. And Jezebel. Beginning of that movie, they're all braving the Jezebel. In that movie, there's a lady in red, and we know in the Matrix, the lady in red is all about like those types of things. Jezebel, she's tempting, she's distracting, she's sexy, she's like gonna get your attention, and that's what this is too. Because literally while that was happening, they're voting on the Epstein files and deciding, no, we're gonna not release them, which I don't even think those exist. And the other day I was like, what are you gonna do if they do? Like, it's obviously all of them. Like, pretty obvious that they're all in it together, and I'm more leaning to the side of this is just another thing to cause upheaval, distraction, and to say that, okay, here's your list. There's gonna be another believe the list. That's not the real list. How can we be sure? Some morons who would be like, oh, I couldn't possibly somebody framing this person. And even if we do know who they are, and we believe it, and we accept it, and we take it, what are you going to do about it? What are we really, realistically going to do about it? Absolutely nothing, just like everything else. We know that they're poisoning us and killing us and doing this, and nobody's doing anything about it, so what do you care for the list? Like, the CIA has been poisoning people and doing, like, subliminal stuff and making it this way for so long that it's like, that's why I don't believe anything, and I also believe everything, because I feel like it's all part of, like, I think it goes all back to the Bible. I think that they're just trying to make that, I was like kind of waiting for them to like resurrect Charlie, and then, oh my god, it's a miracle, he's come, he's risen. I'm not kidding, like, I'm sure something's on the way. In the movie, there's also a lady in white that sits down next to him, because what happens is, in the movie, like, Tyler the Executioner's up there doing his boxing thing, and the guy that's like the star of the movie, he's supposed to be protected political figure, and he gets distracted by the lady in red. And when he gets distracted by the lady in red, the person he's supposed to be protecting gets shot in the neck. Same place the guy got shot. Dies, okay? A lady in white sits next to him, and Erica showed up to that big and to-do in all white, and she represents like the ghost of tragedy, sorrow, and grief. It's like the loss of love, the loss of kids, or an untimely death. Here comes the pain was the fighter catchphrase where here comes the pain, and that's what we did gematria on. And when you do the gematria of here comes the pain, it's 499 for the number, but it's Donald Trump, which is the surname and the predecessor of the family name Trump, as in the 45th, 47th president. And he also lives on the 66th floor of his New York Trump Tower penthouse. It has a fallen angel statue in his, like, on his, you know, table right there on display. And it's just, it's like, wow, guys, you guys are just don't care at all if we know or not. And there's an all-seeing eye blimp that was in the movie thing with the Masonic pillars that are underneath it. And while it's up there, there's a screenshot of the movie where you can see the all-seeing eye blimp. And when that happened, I was like, something stuck out to me about it. And I was like, what is that? Like, I just stuck out to me, right? And then I'm looking at the comments, and someone said something about a particular person's speech is the same thing that is somebody's name. It's Powell speech, but on the thing, it's Powell Pay, Powell speech. And so again, like, this lets me know that, like, there's something going on. This has all been planned and executed. Like, this is crazy. In 2021, Kirk himself sent pictures of his vision that he would like to have a packed out stadium, and it looks just like the packed out stadium that they just did the event at. Like, the people are seeing these things, knowing this info, and like, oh, that's just a coincidence. These things happen all the time. That's normal. And I'm like, are you a bot that's been programmed? Also, like, because, like, I see these people all the time. Like, I saw an AI video of, like, a leopard on the back of a dolphin in the middle of the ocean. They both change sizes, shape, color. It's like, you know how the whales get barnacles? For some reason, the dolphin's covered in barnacles that are about the size of, like, a mussel. And in order to get those off, they just sprayed it with a hose, and they all came right off, and he turned white. But in the next clip, he's back to, you know, normal dolphin color, and then he goes down like a wooden ramp off the boat. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what is this? When I go to the comments, oh my god, thank you so much for saving them. You know what humanity is all about. Not realistic, okay? And then this, he comes out white, very white. Like, what is wrong? Like, look at that. That's all messed up. That does not look anything like a dolphin. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Literally brought tears to my eyes. Must have a hard time with so many barnacles. At least you know what a barnacle is. You know, a leopard appeared in the sea. This is me. I would hope I would have a little bit better of a brain to comprehend when, like, things were really wrong. No. And then, like, when I was sharing the demon thing and I'm sharing that stuff, there was a lady that came, and I'm like, she's trying to make fun of me. Just normal pictures. I was like, okay, apparently you're retarded, so let me circle them for you and let you see what I was showing in the normal pictures. And she only, in every single one, she tried, oh, you could just be reaching for his cell phone with his demon hand. And then the other one with the girl, oh, she might just be, well, you know, brushing her bangs or anything off her face. How can you look at a demon hand on more than one human person? Then in the next one, you didn't acknowledge it all. She's not going to acknowledge that one at all because she knows that, like, there's no rational, let's explain that away. And then all the people in the audience with no eyeballs doesn't explain it. No, she didn't say anything about that. And I'm like, are you just, like, what is wrong with you? Stuff that's not normal, because it's very clearly not normal. I didn't expect that to be something that would be that difficult. But I did notice that the guy that had the YouTube channel, I felt like he might have, like, after, because he was a redhead. Any channel that has anything that I don't know who the creator is, I just click on it for a second, turns out they're a redhead. Like, I continuously have been seeing this theme with the redhead. Actually, just realized it had been, like, tied to some demonic, like, you know, Nephilim bad things. Like, that's their calling card. You know, they're involved in something and they got the red. Because I did see that there was something off with the pictures, but I didn't, like, closely examine them. And once I did, I realized, like, oh, wait, that looks like him. Did he Photoshop himself into these? And if that's the case, these pictures that are from his supposed person that he interviewed that was there that day, those pictures have been, you know, and so that, and then I saw another person that has a YouTube channel that's a huge creator, started a whole new channel just specifically for this, who was also supposedly there the day. And this guy, he's like got 30-06 gun and all that stuff, and he's like, shot to Kirk. However, he's at this event dressed like a woman. So you're on that side, I don't trust you, like something's off here. Because at first he was just showing video, like whatever he had right here was recording what was going on that day. But then at some point he turns it around to face himself real quick, he's got a wig and makeup, and he was dressed up like the lady from Cracker Barrel, I guess. I was like, what is this? And I don't believe that, like, why would you start a whole new channel to acknowledge that, like, the thing that they had been talking on and the pictures from that guy, like the first kid, and both of these people are redhead, okay, mind you, the one with the wiggy and all that, he's a redhead, the other one is a redhead, and the first redhead that did the interview with the guy that was sending in pictures, I can't think of the name, chat things that you can call, that's the thing that a lot of the people were using who hated him, and were like, supposedly, you know, transgender hate for him. There was even a video that went out about there's a group of them, and there's like one person who was alive that day. Another person calls him while he's live, and she's on speaker, and she's like, he died, oh my god. He ends up hanging up on her because at first he's like, hey, I have you on speaker, like, don't be stupid and say stupid shit right now, which is a red flag. She doesn't, acknowledge any of that and just starts to be, oh my god, we're screwed, he died. So he hangs up on her. It gets people like, oh, this was a thing, this was like, we planned, and they're all in on it together. And I believe this in some ways, but I also believe that it's much bigger than that. I think the CIA paid these people to be involved in this. I think that is for show, just like the kid who asked him just so conveniently. I interviewed him and another eyewitness of this thing, and they both said the exact same, I watched the bullet go into his neck. No, you didn't. Like, nobody does. You don't know what happened. He was the last person who ever asked him a question. It just happened to be about guns. And he was like, well, I knew pretty quickly that this was an assassination and not like what the, no, everybody dropped, nobody knew until nothing else came. People did know. The other people that were there, like, you all knew, but you shouldn't know, is the thing. That's the thing. That's why it's so hard, and that's why they do it. And I'm like, I feel bad. Like, I want to help, because I don't want to go in the direction that we're headed. I don't want to be told what I can buy. They're doing right now what they've done in the past, the genocide. We could be pretty soon. We probably will be soon. 31 billionaire, millionaire, they all died conveniently within like the past couple of months. Like, lots of people that have lots of money have just died. They probably didn't. They're probably underground.
Nothing is by coincidence. I will never forget the time I was in Israel with my husband. That was the second time, but the first time with my mother on a pilgrimage. And I was standing in the ticket line, and I remember looking behind me, and in the snake of the ticket line was a guy who looked very familiar. I had no idea who he was. And I told my mom, this guy looks so familiar. And as a typical mother, she said, go and say hi. No, we were late for our flight, and I'm not going to come off like a crazy person that's just weird. That ended up being Charlie. Nothing is by coincidence. Now, did we know that? No, not until we were like 3 months into our relationship and looking at timestamps, seeing that both of us were in Israel at the same time.
Kirk had no coroner's report, no church funeral, no burial site or grave, no official death certificate. Why has no official autopsy been conducted, nor any findings released? No ballistics report. Not a single eyewitness on the record, and an award-winning widow already taking over his show. Why was the entire crime scene destroyed within hours, erasing vital evidence? They tore down everything, including the Dairy Queen. Why were there no paramedics on the scene? Why was Charlie Kirk's body removed and illegally flown out on Air Force 2? Why did Donald Trump pardon a Navy SEAL killer whose shadow looms over this case? Why was the stadium mysteriously booked by Turning Point 4 months before his death? How was a massive high-tech stadium memorial produced in only 11 days? Why do multiple women publicly appear as Erica Kirk, raising questions of identity? Why are there no birth certificates for their children? No names revealed, no faces ever shown? Where is a video of Charlie playing with his kids at a birthday party, or picnic, or any other family setting? Why do Freemasonic and satanic symbols surround this tragedy with chilling precision? Interesting that the gun was found on property owned by Palantir. Isn't it interesting Kash Patel fired many of the heads of the FBI in that area days before the shooting? Do you find it interesting that Charlie sold his house 8 months ago for $5 million? If the father of your 2 young children was just brutally murdered for the world to see days ago, do you leave them home with a nanny while you go on podcasts grinning from ear to ear? Is it not curious that a 17-year-old first-time Donald Trump beauty pageant contestant won, and now Trump appointed a top attorney general woman who has no experience, who was also in his beauty pageant? This is only a fraction of the clues and evidence on this psyop. For those of you brave enough to look at the evidence while removing the preconceived emotions, the conclusion is undeniable.
Alright, quiet on the set.
Roll sound.
Action.
Stay away, green can. Why Kirk can eat.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
And I just learned, J.D. Sharp, Jason Dick, the founder of Uncensored AI, just told me that her dad, Eric Kirk's dad, is one of the founders or creators of Raytheon Israel Ltd. Raytheon Israel creates the weapon systems and defense systems like the Iron Dome, and soaks up trillions of, collectively trillions of U.S. taxpayer dollars over the course of the last, however many decades, billions of dollars annually.
From what I understand, Eric Kirk's father formed Raytheon Israel's division and was the former chairperson/president. I believe he's retired now, but he was actively involved in that particular operation.
That's ridiculous. All of these connections. They had the custody of Charlie Kirk's body in the custody of J.D. Vance aboard some private jet, going to God knows where. And within 24 hours, Erica Kirk is releasing this propaganda video of Charlie Kirk's hand and the rings and the I love you and the crying and the sobbing.
That young man. I forgive him.
She's solidifying the narrative that he's guilty. No matter what, about a court appearance, anything else, that resonated with every Christian because they're supposed to be forgiving. Yeah. And that just subliminally, subconsciously, or very overtly put, he's guilty, he did it, he's responsible, but Erica forgives him. And now she's the champion of TPUSA to come rushing in, building all of these other extensions and satellite, different clubs all over the place.
Well, they're basically trying to build her up to be the next president. They're essentially saying, like, hey, this is a woman that we could set up maybe in 8 to 12 years.
Yeah. Well, they then will be able to just solidify this Judeo-Christian, alliance, and that Israel was great, and that Charlie loved the Jews, and all these things, while completely disregarding the 5 weeks, leading up to his death, where he began to actually ask about this and point out this occupation.
Sausage, Canadian bacon. Listen, why don't you just get to the watch at the same time? All right, look, I got business. Call me back in 5. There he is! There's the man whose life I want!
And now, the distinguished Secretary of Defense.
Great idea. Put a flashing light on your head while you're at it.
Why are you so uptight? It's my night!
Running security tonight. I got a lot on my mind. Watch carefully. Doesn't seem right to you?
Kevin, that is right in so many ways.
No, I mean, beautiful woman alone at a fight. A crime is about to be committed.
Now listen to me, Mr. Secretary. I'm telling you, you're the one that's going to be sorry.
Witness. And the hardest thing to spot will be the truth.
I'm a homicide detective and a material witness. You can't hold 14,000 people. There's 14,000 eyewitnesses!
We have 1,500 cameras. 800 on the casino side, 720 on the hotel side. What are you looking for?
It's a random punch! You sat down exactly when they wanted you to. They missed him with that second shot. Missed here.
I'm betting that the redhead you followed is the same person who told Tyler to throw the fight. She's 1. She was 2. Tyler's 3. The drunk who shouted signals 4. Whoever was on the other end of that radio was 5.
5 people make a conspiracy, right?
It sounds like he's conducting a very dangerous investigation.
I'm not gonna let you kill her. Please, Rick.